Good morning, welcome back to another chemistry lesson. Today we're going to be looking at making salts. We're going to think about what is a salt, what do I mean by that term, and how do we go about making them. And it's all linked to what we've been looking at recently about acids. So we're going to start with a little recap of some common acids, then we're going to think about what do we mean in chemistry when we say something is a salt. Then we're going to look at some specific chemical reactions to make a salt, and then you're going to think about the method. So here we go. Some common acids. Here are the names of some common acids. Hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, and sulfuric acid. And they've all got a different formula, different atoms in them. So hydrochloric acid is HCl, nitric acid HNO3, and sulfuric acid H2SO4. Remember that these little numbers means that I've got 3 lots of oxygen atoms. Okay, so 1 hydrogen, 1 nitrogen, 3 oxygens. And here 2 hydrogens, 1 sulfur, and 4 oxygens. That's what they mean. But what do you notice all of these have got in common? Each of these acids have got something in common. Have a think, maybe pause and have a look at them closely. If I rewrite them in different colours, we will see that each of these acids have got a hydrogen atom or more than 1 hydrogen atom in them. They all contain hydrogen. So acids all contain hydrogen, and that's going to become really important. Okay, so as we move on, keep that in your mind. All acids contain hydrogen. So what is a salt? What do I mean by that term? Well, this is what we think of when we talk about salt normally, table salt. But we're going to see that salt's a bit more than that. A salt is a chemical compound, this is a type of them, formed when an acid reacts with a metal or with a metal compound. And when that reaction happens, in that reaction, the metal replaces the hydrogen in the acid. What does that mean? Well, let's look at an example using table salt. Table salt chemically is actually sodium chloride, which is NaCl, sodium and chlorine, sodium chloride. And how is that made? Well, it's made from hydrochloric acid. And the metal, sodium, replaces the hydrogen. So the hydrogen has been replaced by sodium. See, the Cl is still there, but the Na has taken the place of the H. So a salt is formed when a metal replaces the hydrogen in an acid. And these 3 different types of acid can do this. And they do that in different reactions. And here we're going to have a quick look at those different reactions. 2 particular types, acid plus metal and acid plus base. In acid plus metal, we always make a salt and hydrogen, whereas acid plus base makes a salt and water. And the salts can be different. Hydrochloric acid always makes chloride salts. Nitric acid always makes nitrate salts. And sulfuric acid always makes sulfate salts. So let's look at an example. Sulfuric acid and magnesium will make magnesium sulfate, that's the salt, because sulfuric acid makes sulfates, so we've got sulfate from sulfuric acid, and hydrogen, because that's what's left over. And then if we start with nitric acid, we're going to make a nitrate salt, and from sodium hydroxide, that's the metal sodium, we're going to get sodium nitrate. And in addition, because sodium hydroxide is a base, we're going to get water as well. Once you've made a note of that, here's some ones for you to have a go at. Have a think, what would be the products of each of these reactions? Pause the video, have a go, and then I'll put the answers up. So make sure you've paused, and when you've unpaused, here are the answers.